Hi everyone. In our episode so far, the predominant message has been to choose love over fear. So, with the new year fast approaching and the new energies coming in with it, again comes the timely reminder to choose love. As many of you are no doubt aware, more and more things are coming up for completion as we move into the cycle of the higher frequency energy. We often perceive this as turmoil and confusion in our lives and in our world, and questions arise, such as, how do we handle this? How do we get through it?
The answer is to connect into love by connecting into your heart. This is sometimes the only way, because the solution often cannot be found by trying to think our way out of it. Much of the turmoil and confusion we face in life has its origin in heart rather than mind issues. So that is the area where we need to focus our attention and energy. Our heart energy needs to change to a more loving frequency of empathy and oneness, which doesn't require us to look outside of ourselves for our answers. It's time for us to come to a clearer and deeper understanding that our answers lie within, at the God centre of our being. We tap into this call by choosing love over fear, which in turn enables us to step more fully into the wholeness and reality of who we truly are.
So what does this mean? What does it look, feel like? How does it play out? How can we achieve it? And what can we do to make choosing love our reality?
As we end this year, 2019, and enter the year 2020, we are ending yet another cycle, the end of a decade. We are also in the process of stepping up from the limits of third-dimensional, physically bound reality into the more expanded conscious awareness of fifth-dimension reality. We are evolving from fourth to fifth world consciousness reality, which takes us to a deeper level of both self-realization and oneness with all life. In other words, we are on the move into a place of more completion and wholeness. For us to be able to experience this more fully, we need to make space for a more expanded conscious understanding, and making this space involves letting go and releasing the limits of judgment of self and judgment of others.
Yeah, well, this is not something new. We've been told to release judgment since the beginning of time. The Bible tells us, judge not, or you yourselves will be judged. If we really want to welcome in and know the true essence of who and what we really are, then we need to make a focused and conscious effort to be soft, gentle and compassionate with both ourselves and others by releasing all judgment.
This is how it can potentially play out in our lives. As Christmas parties and family gatherings take place, as they do at this time of year, certain people will show up in our life to help us with this whole learning experience of releasing judgment. It may not happen in a way we've anticipated, but it will happen, and they will show up regardless, to shine a light on the paths of our being that are still unhealed. They appear as if by magic, but it's simply because those parts of us are ready to be released. The person triggering us is really a Christmas gift to us from our own higher self, and they are giving us such a precious gift. But we do need to be aligned with the highest version of ourselves to allow us to see them for what they truly are, a gift, which will assist our spiritual growth and ascension process.
Yeah, so enough with the blame, enough with the excuses, enough with the reasons. That's the mind at work. Really, aren't we tired of all of that? It never does get us anywhere. Really, does it? Wouldn't it be easier to relax into our heart and just let it all go? Haven't we reached the point of ceasing to be amazed at the behaviour of those around who trigger us? Nothing surprises us anymore, right? We expected it of them. The common denominator here is us, ourselves. We expected it. Let's repeat that. We expected it. So in other words, we're operating on autopilot. It's unconscious. We created it ourselves. But surely that's not what we want.
When we take charge and own all the heaviness and pain, however it expresses in our life, whether it be from past traumas, unresolved issues, or the constant repetition of feelings of inadequacy and lack, people will show up differently. They will no longer trigger us because we have taken back our responsibility and empowerment by releasing and diffusing the charge, the energy, the flashpoint. We have released the judgment and instead created the energy of heart-based unconditional love towards ourselves and others around us.
So we achieve this loving state by being mindful of old, stale energies that no longer fit, by being heart-based and by bypassing the mind. And when we catch ourselves out falling back into an old pattern, that's a huge step forward. It simply means that we're nearly there. So let's be compassionate and easy on ourselves. And the thing is, we don't have to do anything other than coming from our heart in order to align with the highest version of ourselves.
So, Paula, what can we do to make choosing love our reality?
When we catch ourselves out, we need to put our hand on our heart and give thanks. Where the mind goes, energy flows. We need to count our blessings, keep it simple. We need to ask for help by calling on our guides, angels, God, or whomever it is that we ask for help, and take a deep breath. Trust and have faith that all is well. Know that there is a bigger picture, and the part we're playing is perfect. God is love, and we all have God energy at our core. So in reality, we are all love.
Okay, on that note, we would like to thank all our dear listeners and all the people who have subscribed to this channel, and we look forward to being back with you in the new year. Merry Christmas and much love to all of you from us and from our star family.
Merry Christmas, everybody.